Hello, good afternoon. Can we have a big round of applause for our host, please? Hello again. I'm Ganesh Kashyap. Some of you might know me because I just introduced myself. Some of you might not know me because you weren't paying attention. In that case, I'm Ganesh Kashyap. I'm a writer, stand up comedian, which apparently is the toughest job in the world. The toughest job. There are 100,000 stand up comedians around the world and 30 to 40 in Karnataka. And we do the toughest job in the world. You know what we do? Nothing. It's all we do, all the time. It might seem easy for you because you do nothing 4 hours a week. I do it 24 hours a day. Try that. It's fun. It's the best job in the world. People look at me when I'm thinking and they feel, oh, he might be thinking something deep, a great joke with a meaning. I'm just thinking, what do I eat for dessert after dinner? And I'm thinking that at 11 a.m. It's the best job in the world. Anyway, I shouldn't be revealing the trade secrets, but I talk a lot when I'm on stage. So, yeah, I wasn't always like this. I used to be an introvert before it was cool. My parents just looked at me and they thought I just don't like them, which is a fair assessment. I respect that. I used to have a lot of social anxiety. I used to skip school when I had to get up on stage on annual day celebrations because they would give me a medal. You know what's the worst part? I would go to school next day and realize I haven't won any medals. But anyway, I shouldn't be telling you this as well. So, see, I can tell you a story, but you probably heard it all. So, I'm just going to tell you nothing. I can already see your faculty regret bringing me here, which is okay. Yeah, see, nothing is really very important. You can say that in two ways. Nothing is really very important. But let's say, what do you see here? What do you see here? So, if this is nothing, this has to be something. It's a word at the least. A group of letters came together just to form nothing. I don't buy that. It has to be something, right? So this opens up a wide range of possibilities. If nothing is equal to something, then something is equal to nothing. So if you want to do something and you don't have the skills, confidence, and time for it, you have nothing. That is equal to something. But let's say something is stopping you from doing what you want to do. That something is nothing. So when you start looking at something as nothing and nothing as something, every obstacle looks like an opportunity. I could have told you something really meaningful in the last 2 minutes, but I chose to say, yeah. See, I can tell you a struggle story. Would you want to hear? Would you want to hear how I became a stand up comedian? Yes? You asked for it. If it gets boring, it's on you. See, I used to have, I have very normal parents. They used to have very normal jobs. Yeah, that they used to. My mother was a teacher, and my father used to run a store. I was a pretty decent student because I had to be. My mother's a teacher. My father just wanted me to be good at math because I could take over his business. So, as a responsible kid and a pretty good student, I worked really, really hard to just not be good at math. I tried my best. I took up arts when I came to college. Arts. Yeah, I've studied arts. Studied is a bit of a stretch for arts. I've seen arts. It's the only course you do and your resume still remains empty. I go to interviews now and they ask me for resume. I just take an empty A4 sheet, sign it, and give it to them. They ask, Ganesh, what is this? Art. Ganesh, I don't understand. Abstract art then. Uh, Thank you. Yeah, but I really wanted to be a sportsman when I was a kid. I really, really wanted to be a sportsman. But a very unfortunate incident happened in my life because of which I couldn't be a sportsman. It happened on one normal summer morning. I went to play out. I went out to play with the kids, my friends, just to play around summer day morning. When I went 15 minutes into the game, it hit me. I'm so bad at this. I carried a bat for a football game. And the worst part, I waited for 15 minutes for the ball to come to me. Don't read that. Yeah, that's when I realized I'll never be a sportsman. That was a national level dream for me. I wanted to be famous nationwide so I can do anything I want to do. But then, that didn't happen. And then the second goal was to become an actor so I can be famous state in our state and I can do anything I want to do. And 3 months later, I realized I'm so shy that I can't get on stage to receive a medal which I didn't even win. I'm never going to be an actor. So there were two goals. One I lacked the skills for, the other I was too shy for. And at that very moment, by the time I turned 16, my only goal was to be more popular than my parents. Yeah, I went from national to state to home, sweet home. Which is easy because my parents had normal jobs. And then I realized my mother is a teacher. The whole school knows her and their parents. And that's around 600 to 1,000 people. I can beat that. Not the people, the popularity. And then I realized my father runs a store. The whole locality knows him. That's around 5,000 to 10,000 people. And my parents had decided to move to the center of the city at that point. So everything becomes convenient. The center of the city, the absolute center. If you draw a circle around Bengaluru, the compass hole will be on our roof. That's how center it was. Can you guess where I'm from? Yes, I come from Whitefield. Yeah. Can you name one popular person from Whitefield? Thanks. No, there are no popular people from Whitefield because we are too afraid to get out. It's our Hogwarts. It's just that we don't know the platform number. It feels like if we come out, will we be able to make it back in time? We don't know. Trust me, it took me 3 hours to come here. 3 hours. But anyway, being popular was never the goal. I always wanted to tell stories. And I realized there is a job where you can get up on stage and tell whatever you want. You just have to make it funny. Well, that works. But then there are two ways to tell a story. You have to make it a little funny, or you make it really, really sad. Which it will be if the funny part doesn't work out. So it's a win win. I knew my goals, I knew my disadvantages. I live too far, I am too shy, I don't have the confidence. I knew my advantages as well. I can write well, and I'm funny. I just had to figure out the performance part. How can I get on stage and not run away? How can I keep my thoughts together and not let the audience know that I'm terrified? How can I stay up here for 1 hour and tell whatever I want to tell? You know what I did? I applied my favorite concept and I did nothing. Instead of instead of looking up what helps, instead of asking someone how do I get out of this, I did nothing. I just showed up to an open mic. I signed up and I went on stage. You know what? It went great. It went really great. I thought I had achieved comedy. I thought I'm the best. I'm a natural. No one can beat me at this. And then I signed up again. I went the second time and it went really bad. So bad. I had a 5 minute spot. 3 minutes into it, I realized I'm doing really bad. Realized is an overstatement. Someone from the audience told me with his face that, not happening. I had to walk off stage 3 minutes into my set. And I thought, I will never do this again. I'm not made for this. I can't do this. I'm really bad at this. But still, I did it again, the third time. It went really great. That's when I realized sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. I just have to give my best and let the audience decide. You know, the problem is not me, it's you. I'll do my best. I've escaped the matrix. I'll just tell my jokes and I'll walk off stage. You do what you want to with that. But on a serious note, the fear never left. Every time I get on stage, even after 300 shows, my hand still shivers. But it might be my vitamin B12 deficiency, it might be. So all I want to tell you is, I'm just a comedian. You don't have to take anything I say seriously. But you know what happens if you take something I tell seriously? Nothing. Thank you so much.